Hello, everyone. Imagine a 25-year-old woman just after delivering her first child, admitted to your ward, complaining of severe leg weakness, shortness of breath, and swelling in her feet. Her diet primarily consists of polished white rice. This, my friend, is a classic presentation of wet beriberi, a condition stemming from a deficiency in a seemingly unassuming nutrient. You guessed it right, vitamin B1 or thiamine. Just like how a tiny spark plug ignites a powerful engine, thiamine plays a crucial role in our body's energy production. Without it, our metabolic engine sputters, leading to cascade of debilitating symptoms. Think of thiamine as the tadka in your dal, the essential ingredient that unlocks the flavor and nutritional value. Just as a bland dal without tadka is incomplete, our bodies cannot sufficiently or efficiently utilize carbohydrates without sufficient thiamine. In the late 19th century, the Dutch East Indies was grappling with a mysterious disease called beriberi, affecting thousands. Christian Eichmann, a Dutch physician and pathologist, noticed that chickens fed polished white rice developed symptoms similar to beriberi, while those fed unpolished rice remained healthy. This observation, though initially misinterpreted, paved the way for the identification of thiamine as the crucial missing factor. This discovery, earning Eichmann the Nobel Prize in 1929, underscores the profound impact of nutritional deficiencies on human health, a lesson particularly relevant in a country like India with its diverse dietary habits and socioeconomic disparities. So, why should an MBBS student or basically an undergrad student care about this seemingly simple vitamin? Because thiamine deficiency is more common than you think, especially in populations with limited access to diverse food sources or those with conditions that impair absorption, like chronic alcoholism, a growing concern in India. Understanding thiamine's role is essential for diagnosing and managing these conditions effectively. It, it helps in preventing irreversible damage to your patients. Now, thiamine's active avatar is basically something called TPP. Thiamine itself is a water soluble vitamin, but it's the phosphorylated form, thiamine pyrophosphate, in short TPP, that's the real star of the show. This conversion happens primarily in the liver, using ATP as the phosphate donor. TPP acts as a crucial coenzyme for several key enzymes involved in carbohydrate metabolism. Think of TPP as a skilled artisan expertly crafting intricate metabolic transformations. The pyrophosphate group acts like a molecular handle, allowing TPP to bind tightly to its enzyme partners and facilitate their catalytic activity. The thiazole ring, with its reactive carbon atom, is the key to TPP's magic, enabling it to participate in decarboxylation reactions. Next is the PDH, or the Pyruvate Dehydrogenase Complex. We can also call it the PDC. It is the gateway to energy. Imagine pyruvate, the end product of glycolysis, if you remember from the glycolysis session. It is standing at the gates of the TCA cycle, eager to contribute to energy production. But entry requires a special pass, and that's where PDC, Pyruvate Dehydrogenase Complex, comes in. This multi enzyme complex, with TPP as its trusted sidekick, facilitates the conversion of pyruvate to acetyl CoA, the fuel that drives the TCA cycle. This reaction isn't just a simple transformation, it's a carefully orchestrated three-step process involving decarboxylation, oxidation, and transfer of the acetyl group to CoA. TPP plays a critical role in the first step, decarboxylating pyruvate and forming hydroxyethyl TPP intermediate. This step is crucial for generating NADH, which later contributes significantly to ATP production through oxidative phosphorylation. Thiamine deficiency, pyruvate accumulates, leading to increased lactate levels. Now, this is key diagnostic marker for beriberi, lactate. Now, we've talked about the PDC, right? Let's talk about another enzyme complex, which is the alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex. It keeps the TCA cycle spinning in a way. Within the TCA cycle, another key player relies on TPP's expertise. It's called alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. This enzyme, structurally similar to the PDC which we talked about, catalyzes the oxidative decarboxylation of alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl CoA, which generates another molecule of NADH and pushes the TCA cycle forward. Now, TPP's role here mirrors its action in PDC, facilitating the decarboxylation step and ensuring the smooth flow of metabolites through the TCA cycle. This continuous cycling is essential for maximizing ATP production and providing the energy currency that powers our cell. Then there is the transketolase enzyme. It is the pentose phosphate pathway maestro. Thiamine's influence extends beyond the TCA cycle. So till now we have just seen the enzymes involved related to the TCA cycle. But even beyond it, the pentose phosphate pathway is where the TPP is essential for the activity of transketolase, which is an enzyme that shuffles two carbon units between sugar molecules. This pathway is crucial for generating something called ribose 5-phosphate, which is a building block for nucleotides, specifically DNA, RNA, and NADPH, which is a potent antioxidant and essential cofactor for biosynthetic pathways. Think of NADPH as the body's fire extinguisher, protecting our cells from oxidative damage. Transketolase activity in red blood cells is a sensitive indicator of thiamine status and is often used in diagnosing subclinical deficiency. Interestingly, thiamine's role isn't limited to humans. Many organisms, from bacteria to plants, rely on TPP dependent enzymes for their metabolic needs. However, some species, like ruminants, can synthesize thiamine with the help of their gut bacteria, reducing their dietary requirements. This highlights the evolutionary importance of thiamine in supporting life across diverse ecosystems. Coming to a couple of clinical correlations. The first and the most important one related to this is the beriberi, which is a spectrum of deficiency. Beriberi is the classical manifestation of thiamine deficiency, and it presents in various forms, each affecting different organ systems. So, on one hand, we have wet beriberi, which is characterized by cardiovascular symptoms like tachycardia, edema, and shortness of breath, often mimicking heart failure. Then we have dry beriberi, which primarily affects the nervous system, causing peripheral neuropathy, muscle weakness, and even paralysis. Picture a withered plant, its life depleted. This represents the neurological damage in dry beriberi. We have something called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. It is a severe neurological disorder often seen in chronic alcoholics. It manifests as a triad of ophthalmoplegia, ataxia, and confusion, progressing to memory loss and confabulation. Always suspect Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome in patients with chronic alcoholism presenting with altered mental status. Prompt thiamine administration can prevent irreversible brain damage. Finally, in the beriberi segment, we have infantile beriberi, which affects infants of thiamine deficient mothers, causing heart failure, aphonia, and even sudden death. Now, a couple of diagnostic implications for you guys. Diagnosing thiamine deficiency requires a combination of clinical assessment, dietary history, and lab tests. Measuring erythrocyte transketolase activity is a sensitive indicator of thiamine status. Elevated blood pyruvate and lactate levels are also suggestive of deficiency, as we have seen earlier. Treatment considerations could be thiamine supplementation. Intravenous thiamine is also preferred in severe cases, followed by oral supplementation. Nutritional counseling is crucial to address the underlying dietary deficiency and prevent recurrence. Certain medications like diuretics and anticonvulsants can interfere with thiamine absorption or utilization, increasing the risk of deficiency. Be mindful of these interactions when prescribing medications to at risk patients. A couple of mnemonics for you guys. ATP production takes place with thiamine. This simple mnemonic reminds us of thiamine's role in ATP production through its involvement in key metabolic pathways. Then, dry beriberi damages nerves, wet beriberi, water clogged heart. This helps differentiate the two main forms of beriberi based on their primary clinical manifestations. Imagine a dry, cracked riverbed for dry beriberi and a flooded paddy field for wet beriberi. Think of popular Indian dishes rich in thiamine: dal tadka, roti, brown rice, thiamine's treasure trove. This associates thiamine with familiar food items, making it easier to remember dietary sources. Now, finally, I just want to summarize all of this. Thiamine, the Desi spark plug, is essential for carbohydrate metabolism, acting as coenzyme for key enzymes in PDC, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and transketolase. Thiamine deficiency leads to beriberi, which presents in various forms, including wet, dry, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, and infantile beriberi. Diagnosing thiamine deficiency requires clinical assessment, dietary history, and lab tests like erythrocyte transketolase activity. Thiamine supplementation is the primary treatment for beriberi. Be vigilant for thiamine deficiency in at-risk populations like alcoholics and those with limited dietary diversity. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you all liked it. See you in the next one.